From the Hart Center at the Luth Athletic Complex on the campus of the College of the Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts, Charter TV3 presents live coverage of women's college basketball. This afternoon, a Patriot League showdown as the Holy Cross Crusaders host the Loyola Greyhounds. It's college hoops on Charter TV3. And hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Andy Lacombe alongside Kevin Wells. And, Coach, we've got a big one here with Loyola coming to town against Holy Cross. Both teams searching for their first Patriot League win. This could be a stepping stone or a stepping off point for each squad.
Well, I don't think they're in identity crisis, but the chemistry is something that's really important to both of these teams. I really believe, Andy, that today the team that's going to defensively, they're going to dictate and dominate, is the one that's going to come out on top today. Both teams 0-3, as you said. This is a must-win early in the season for both teams, so it should be a great matchup.
Crusaders, one of the best rebounding team in the Patriot League. They've got a good one on the other side in Stephanie Kars to keep off the boards today. Holy Cross and Loyola coming up right after this.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Be a friend.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Welcome to the Mayor's Forum. I'm Mayor Joe Petty.
Join Mayor Petty as he sits down with local politicians, city employees, and community leaders in the city of Worcester.
And it's kind of 60-40 split. 60% of what we really do is to solicit and bring in events, meetings, conferences, conventions into the market.
We can also educate businesses and also inform them in terms of what their consumers are really saying.
The Mayor's Forum on Charter TV3.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
More than a dozen people are now without a home. A serious two-vehicle crash in Worcester shuts down an exit on 190.
The Cannabis Control Commission is making Worcester its new home.
The new Paul Sox Stadium in Worcester is now one step closer to reality.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3. Let's go! And welcome back to the Hart Center. First of two, men's and women's. The women and first in the doubleheader today in Patriot League basketball. Loyola comes to town to take on the Holy Cross women. Both teams 0-3 in the Patriot League. And Kevin, as we talked about, a big one. Here's the starting lineup for Loyola. Talia Dixon, Bree Betts-White, Hannah Niles, Isabella Tarian, and Delaney Connolly. Stephanie Kars, who we highlighted in the open, a triple-double threat, not in the starting lineup this afternoon. Starting lineup for the Crusaders, a little bit of a change. Avery LaBarbera, Madeline Smith, Lauren Manis, and Megan Swords, and Janae Faulkner into that lineup as well. The best defensive guard, Catherine Petey's going to come off the bench, a three-point specialist for the College of the Holy Cross. There's Bill Gibbons in his 34th season, won his 600th game last year. He now sits at 610 wins as the head coach of the Holy Cross women's basketball team. Joe Logan on the other side. He's the all-time winningest coach in the history of Loyola's women's basketball program. 170 career wins in his 14th year. The two are good friends. And actually, Coach Gibbons telling us that they've talked this season. When Loyola got off to a tough start, he called Coach Logan. He was hoping Coach would call him after they lost a couple as well. But now they are adversaries today. Loyola leads the all-time series 6-5, and they swept the season series last year.
You know, I think their friendship, to be honest with you, is indicative of the culture of the Patriot League. You know, you cross that line and you get on the court, you become competitors, but outside the lines, you are advocates for young men and young women, and it's just a great league. So great opportunity here for us to look at two programs that certainly have to get a win.
And no question about it. This is, you know, early enough in the season where you hesitate to say must win, but it probably is at this point, just for momentum and just to turn things around a little bit. A huge contest here from Worcester, Massachusetts. Lauren Manis and Delaney Connolly to tip it off here. And the tip won by the Crusaders. Manis, All Patriot League preseason player of the year, and she has not disappointed so far. Almost 20 points a game and 12 rebounds. Janae Faulkner with the ball first, and Maddie Smith. Smith launching a three, and it goes.
Well, a great start, Kevin. Nice job reversing the basketball by Janae Faulkner. And Janae Faulkner could be the secret weapon today. Not that she hasn't been around, but it's her first game back after an injury, so she certainly could be a tremendous spark plug. She's tenacious on defense and will really be a ball hawk.
And now you have Connolly. She's a three-point threat, and she answers with a triple of her own.
Well, she certainly heard you there, Kevin, and showed her range, and absolutely is a three-point threat.
She, in the scouting report, Coach Gibbons talking to his team, said Connolly killed us last year. Have to defend her, especially on that perimeter. Crusaders working the ball around. Here's Manis. Manis spinning to the lane, up and in. Lauren Manis on track early.
Boy, I'll tell you, textbook move. Took it into the lane, did a drop step up and off the glass. Great, strong move, 5-3.
Yeah, Bree Betts White. Dishes to the corner. That's Terrian. And Hannah Niles there as well. Niles working on Manis, knocked her over. Back to Terrian, going up strong and off the glass for two. And we're tied at 5.
Andy, both teams starting in a man-to-man defense. You know, again, as we said in the pregame, it's going to be important that they defend.
Manis for three, and she drills it. Came into the game just shooting 29% from beyond the arc, and it's a big one to get going.
Honestly, a great start for both teams.
Manis, such a good scorer in the post, and adds that jump shot, makes her even more dangerous. Terrian out to Betts White. Here's Bree Betts White, former all first-team Patriot League guard. And back out to Terrian. Terrian will drive, dishes. Three on the way from Niles, no good. Rebound and out of bounds. It'll go the way of Holy Cross.
Nice job boxing out by the Crusaders.
Holy Cross, the #1 rebounding team in the Patriot League, 44 plus rebounds a game. And credit that a lot to Manis and Megan Swords in the front court, but Avery LaBarbera, who has the ball right now, a pretty good rebounding point guard as well. Just a freshman. LaBarbera straight away for three. She's all net, and the Crusaders stretch the lead to 6.
Well, Holy Cross right now executing their offense, shooting the basketball exceptionally well. Loyola, Andy, is a very, very aggressive defensive team, but right now they're not getting out far enough.
Terrian for three, in and out, rebound, offensive rebound for Connolly. Good job crashing the glass. Betts White works it back around. Going up strong, and fouled was Dixon. She's going to go to the line.
I think Megan Swords picked that foul out. There's the reversal. She takes it hard to the basket. She gets right into the teeth of defense and goes up strong, and she earns 2.
Swords doesn't get cheated. She really got into that one, made sure that wasn't going to go down. Dixon shoots about 70% from the line so far this season, makes her first. And a quick substitution, Madison Dembski into the lineup for Holy Cross, a talented freshman who's come on here in the last couple of weeks after battling injury in the early season, non-conference schedule. 2 for 2 for Dixon.
Coach Gibbons has a couple of freshmen that he likes to rely on and try to get them quality minutes.
Here's Faulkner. Faulkner backdoor to Manis. Out to Smith for three. Her second bid off the back iron, no good. But there's LaBarbera picking up another offensive rebound.
Great nose for the ball. That was an outstanding job moving the basketball by the Crusaders.
Faulkner for three, in and out. And a rebound to Dixon. Back the other way, Terrian. Nice job to seal her off and force the travel. Credit that one to Faulkner, right, Kev?
Absolutely. And part of that is what the Crusaders are doing right now. Their transition going from offense to defense in terms of getting back is outstanding.
Faulkner is going to take a seat on the bench. Catherine Peaty, a three-point specialist. I say that because she shoots about 44%, and she takes her share of them. They will look for Peaty on the perimeter. She's got the ball now. Chicago area native back out to La Barbara.
Ezema in the ball game, who hails from, I believe, Bristol, Rhode Island.
Yeah, Aluchi Ezema.
Ezema.
Really talented freshman. Bree Betts-White takes it away. Betts-White ahead to Niles. Blocked out of bounds by Lauren Manis. Good pursuit from the junior.
Well, again, Holy Cross, one of the few times, take a look at it, Holy Cross gets beat, but then here's Manis. Great timing, outstanding job in transition, giving her teammates an opportunity as Loyola gets the ball out of bounds for a reset.
Betts-White inbounds the ball. There's a jumper from the baseline from Terrian. No, Manis the rebound. Lauren Manis going to keep it. Dembski can shoot that. There's a three. Back and missing everything. And now Manis the offensive rebound. Manis is going right to the hoop and lays it up and in.
What a nice take. She protected the basketball as she reversed it, kept it low, and at the last minute flipped it up and off the window.
Quick 7 points for Lauren Manis. It's 13-7, Holy Cross.
Holy Cross settling into a matchup here.
Betts-White for three. Off the iron, no good. Manis rebound, and they're going to get a foul. Looks like maybe on Terrian.
A lot of white bodies doing a great job of getting inside position and boxing out.
Madeline Smith back into the lineup. There's Stephanie Cars into the lineup for Joe Logan's Greyhounds. Crusaders by 6. Madeline Smith with the ball. There's Ezema. Call her Luch. There's the three from Peaty, and she drills it.
Well, great scouting report, Mr. Lacombe. He said that she is a sniper from three-point land, and their first look, she knocks it down.
Catherine Peaty has not seen a three she doesn't like. And you know what? She knocks them down, so that's okay. Driving is Dixon, swatted away. It might have been a Zema and company in there, but back out to Loyola. There's Bree Betts-White. She was out 90 minutes prior to the game, taking threes, taking jump shots. She drives to the hoop here on Ezema and is going to draw the foul.
A little bit of body contact.
And we're going to get a timeout on the floor with the Crusaders leading by 9 early on here, first quarter.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade, take a stand to lend a hand, don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Holland.
I'm Zach Lanning.
I'm Megan McGeary.
My name is Ed Ryan.
And welcome to College of the Holy Cross. So when I was looking at colleges, I had a ton of questions. Like, can I play my violin and study to be a doctor?
This is where I ask, how many ways can I surprise people?
What does it mean to be on a team?
Who am I and where am I headed?
At Holy Cross.
The more I ask,
the more I learn.
Holy Cross.
Ask more.
Welcome back. Crusaders shooting the ball well and shooting it well from distance early, Kevin.
Well, no doubt about it. They're reversing the basketball. They're doing a nice job of running their offense, but they have been knocking down the three ball in the first half of the first segment here. They're doing a great job of moving the basketball. They also, Kevin, have been doing a great job of rebounding the ball, and their defensive transition has been outstanding. They're playing with a vengeance right now, 16-7.
Important to get off to a good start at home, especially the way things have gone here. Crusaders' 3 losses in the Patriot League are all by 10 points or less. They were tied with Lehigh after 3 quarters on the road on Wednesday. And the Mountain Hawks won that 4th quarter to win the game.
I have to be honest with you, they came out. I'm very, very impressed with the amount of energy that they have come out with. And Manus certainly has done a great job on both ends of the floor.
That's White. Hits her first. 76% free throw shooter, and she knocks down both.
Well, she's certainly, you know, an amazing fire plug, senior, veteran from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Here's Petey, bets White on her. Loyola, they'll play man-to-man. They'll play some zone as well. They've been in the man-to-man, as Kevin mentioned, throughout. Here is Azema to the hoop, and she goes up and knocks down 2.
Well, nice left-handed finish off the window. Got herself into the lane, took it right into the grit of the defenders.
Luch is in the books, and there's a turnover right into the hands of Lauren Manus. Tarian lost it.
She mishandled it. Great push by Holy Cross.
Demski for 3 off the mark. He's 0 for 2 in the early going and hit 5 of 6 in limited action coming in.
Travel.
Donnelly thought about the 3 and travel. And a turnover for the Greyhounds, and Faulkner and Swords re-enter.
Both coaches using their bench, you know, keeping everyone fresh.
Barbara back in there as well. Faulkner's going to run the point. Gets it inside the Swords. She's tough to guard down there, and Swords goes up for 2. Good matchup when you have Megan Swords in the paint.
You know, she's got a little bit of veteran experience. She's 6'3". She knows what to do when she gets the ball in the post area, and that was a real good look at her athleticism in the low post.
Alexis Gray, a talented guard, gives it up. Now it's back out to Tarian and Connolly. Here's Gray with it. She's driving to the hoop, and off the mark. Rebound, Cars puts it back. I'm going to say the foul is on the floor. Cars averages 11 rebounds a game. And she's coming off the bench in this one. Officials are conferencing. Coach Gibbons doesn't like the call. He said it's going to be on LaBarbera, the foul.
You know, Andy, you mentioned Stephanie Cars, and she was the Defensive Player of the Year last year in the Patriot League.
Cars, this is maybe one of her weaknesses, though. A 37% free throw shooter, misses it. And the rebound tipped out to Madeline Smith. Manus thought about it and thought about driving, and they lose the ball, not deflected, and it'll be Loyola basketball.
Well, sometimes it's hard to, when you're trying to protect the basketball, continue to keep eye contact. In that case, Holy Cross had the wing slipping toward the corner, and we just didn't see it thrown out of bounds.
Kalea Dixon. Dixon
travel
to the hoop. Keeps the ball alive, and it'll be back out to Tarian.
Well, good possession right now for Loyola. It was good that they got that ball back. Thought they might have got away with one.
Freshman may have. There's Connolly out to Dixon. This is deep. She spots up and drills it.
Well, I'll tell you, overall, good job defensively by Holy Cross, but they gave her just a little bit too much as they were trying to defend going around the screen.
Swords answers the Gray 3. She's got 4 points in the early going.
Yep, last couple trips down, Swords has really been a force inside the paint.
Bill Gibbons said his team needs to score and rebound inside. Scoring in the paint, a success early in the season for Holy Cross. Tarian shot no good. Rebound tipped out to Faulkner, and she's going to be fouled by Cars. It'll be Stephanie Cars' first.
You talk about basketball IQ. Take a look at Swords as she posts up. She does a really nice job of getting a wide baseline, And the real key is the entrance pass. They go to her right shoulder and allows her to take her left hand, lay the ball in, and protect the basketball with her shoulder. Great job by the Crusaders.
About 3-inch advantage there on Delaney Connolly, who was guarding her there, and she used it. Here's Smith out to LaBarbera. Petey guarded tightly by Betts White. Azema's going to drive and dish. Smith for three. No good. Swords can't get it away from Terrian, and then LaBarbera stole it and drew the foul.
Well, again, LaBarbera, for her size, does a great job. She's got a great nose for the basketball. She reads the bounces exceptionally well. I'm sure she's good in math. She's got the angles as the ball comes off the iron.
Second foul on Terrian, and they bring Hannah Niles back. Well, you have to be good academically to play at either of these universities. And here is Smith, sealed off, but gives it up to Petey, who drives and scores.
Well, you know what? What a great, that's chemistry. Backdoor cut from the corner. And a bounce pass for the lay-in. Just a great job of working and passing as a team.
That's a rare 2-point field goal for Petey.
Right back the other way.
Dixon.
Same exact play.
Thing. That one off the mark. Petey has 4 2-point field goals and 34 now threes this season. Only 4 of her baskets, including that layup, are inside the arc.
Oh, travel.
And they got LaBarbera travel. Good defense out there. Courtney Vanny and company.
Yeah, that's definitely what caused that. The double team, and they really laid their bodies up against them. Close, high hands, no reach in. Great job by Loyola.
Crusaders going to sub defensively. We get Morris into the game and Faulkner. Nicole Morris. Madeline Smith and Catherine Petey were out here about 90 minutes prior to the game. Taking shots. There's a steal by Faulkner. Faulkner,
what a
nice
crossover.
Cross, and lays it up and in.
Again, you talk about defensive tenacity. She's reading. She's got the angles. She's in that defensive triangle. Times it so that she steals the pass. Crossover, dribble, and lays it in off the window.
Here is Dixon. Gives it up. Bree Betts White. Betts White gets bumped, gets it back out.
Might have got away with one there.
Betts White from Gray. Betts White up and off the mark. Kept alive by Venoy.
Nice rebound by Loyola.
And Dixon went to the hoop, lost control, and no call. It'll be Holy Cross basketball. They're going to get Manis and Petey back in for 3 seconds. Bringing on the offensive group.
Well, trying to get a really, really quick look.
Smith, she's going to have to hoist it. From half court, it's up. Oh, it goes!
Baby!
Maddie Smith drills it. The ladies, they practice this at times in practice. That one pays off.
What a great job. Came to the basketball, took it hard up the court, and just let it fly.
Crusaders by 15 after 1.
Accidents involving distracted driving injured over 400,000 Americans last year. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car or motorcycle accident, before you call your insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Our attorneys have helped tens of thousands of clients receive millions of dollars in settlements for over 50 years. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you do.
Wednesday nights during the winter in Central Mass mean one thing. It is hockey night. Pete Gregorio, good vision. Find Sean Clark, one-timer laser show for the goal. In boys basketball, it is McManus. Alley-oop to Hunter for the throwdown. Hitting Damian Como, forget the jelly, we want the jam. In girls basketball, Rockets pulling out the rangefinder. It's Jacqueline Landry with the three.
Yeah, they hoist the half-court shots in the pregame and shoot-arounds, and
Well, that was money, I'll tell you right now. Whew. She's going to enjoy watching this over and over
Yeah,
again.
we'll take that. Smith with 6 in the first quarter, 2 threes. That's a good little spark at the end of action. Right after this game, we'll take a little break, and then Lafayette and Holy Cross. Men in doubleheader action. They play at 3 o'clock, the men's team here. And cheering on the women's team, sitting under the basket by the women's bench. Many of them. Crusaders shot the ball well. 12 of 17, 71% in that first quarter. Came out on fire, 5 of 10 from three-point line.
And they certainly, Coach Gibbons would love to see that. You know, the reality is it'll level out a little bit. Very close in turnovers. Loyola with 5, Holy Cross with 3. But it certainly has been an entertaining first quarter.
Yeah, no question about it. Crusaders showing a little scoring punch in that first quarter. Benoit and Bree Betts-White. Now it's Betts-White.
Holy Cross doing a great job, and they're matching up.
To the hoop is Niles, swatted away by Manis, her second block.
Well, there's the dribble drive going hard to the basket. Manis coming. Again, you know, great timing. She didn't use her body, never got caught up in a foul, was able to tip it away.
Shot clock winding down to 5. Gray out to Benoit for 3. Off the mark, rebound Manis. Lauren Manis, point forward, coming up. Has the ball back.
Little dribble handoff for the Crusaders. Pick and roll.
Baby jumper drops in for Manis. Nice little two-person game over there with Smith.
Yeah, and again, you know, you talk about basketball IQ. Manis takes it into the teeth, realizes there's a defender right on her, comes back a little bit, gives herself space to get that jump shot off.
Manis has 9 here in the first half.
Loyola in a 1-4 set to start their offense, trying to do a dribble handoff.
Thought about that deep 3. Great driving. Manis came over and tried to get another block, and he's going to pick up a foul.
You know, Andy, every trip down, it seems like Loyola is using a count off, which means that the shot clock is going to expire. So consequently, Holy Cross is doing a good job of contained pressure, keeping their player in front of them.
Alexis Gray at the line. 83% foul share. Just took her 7th, though, for the season so far. Now 6 of 7. Near wholesale changes for the Crusaders.
Alexis Gray from Clarksburg, Maryland.
She makes 2 of 2. From the line, the lead for Holy Cross is still 15. A little over a minute gone by here in the second quarter. Manis and Cars. This was a matchup that Bill Gibbons thought was going to be critical today. Manis steps in and
partially deflected.
Short. Good defense from Cars. Back the other way. Benoit running the break and can't finish it. Rebound out to Bree Betts-White. Foul line jumper drops in.
Well, the offensive putback. Coach Gibbons timeout. You know, they did a great job on the break that time, but Holy Cross didn't secure the basketball.
There's a timeout on the floor. Crusaders by 13 in the second.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
More than a dozen people are now without a home. A serious 2-vehicle crash in Worcester shuts down an exit on 190.
The Cannabis Control Commission is making Worcester its new home.
New Paul Sox Stadium in Worcester is now one step closer to reality.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
People listen to us up in Gardner, Fitchburg, Leominster, Auburn, Millbury, Grafton, Sturbridge. You know, we have Oxbridge. Again, this is not Worcester. We just don't talk about Worcester. We got selectmen on this show that want to talk about town meetings. We're a very great community. all of Worcester County, the people that I talk to each day, that listen to me each day, that watch me on Charter 193 each day. You want to talk to me? I'd love to talk to you.
Well, there's the dribble handoff. Nice job with the screen here. There's the roll. And again, I said she got into the teeth of the defense, recognized, and then dribbled it out off the bounce to give herself space to knock that down. Coach Gibbons with the timeout here. Holy Cross, you know, and I understand that he certainly wants to point out the fact that they have to defend, box out, and give one and done. That trip down, Loyola beat them off the break. There was a miss, but then they came back and got the offensive putback with a kick out, and that's where the jump shot came from.
Well, Lauren Manis, one of the top forwards in the Patriot League a year ago, preseason player of the year this year, put up the numbers to back that up. I get to watch a lot of Holy Cross women's basketball, usually from the other side of the floor. And she has unquestionably put a lot of work in the offseason. She's just more explosive. She's a much better player if you can get better than she was last year.
Here's the trap, looking to create turnovers. Holy Cross doing
inside.
Unbelievable job moving the basketball and dumping it into the post. Swords with the finish.
And Manis to Swords, a good little combo there. Scoring on the inside, again a key for Coach Gibbons. 15 points. There's a deep three. Oh, my goodness. And Gray has the range.
Well, that's her second NBA three this game, so I know that Coach Gibbons is not pleased with the fact that we're giving too much daylight to shoot that shot. You've got to respect it.
Faulkner inside. Manis on Cars. Manis falling away, just can't get enough on it, and out of bounds off of Holy Cross. Well, Cars, you'd mentioned it, the defensive player of the year, and she has shown in the last two matchups with Lauren Manis, making it difficult to get that shot off. Here's Betts White. Tarian. Tarian spinning to the lane, dishes it out to Connolly for three, off the back iron, no good. Rebound LaBarbera. Here comes Holy Cross the other way.
Nice job getting the ball up the floor quickly by the Crusaders.
And they lost it.
A little shovel pass
Smith,
got
and
stolen.
Smith's going to get it right back. Back-to-back turnovers. Out to LaBarbera. This is a three. In and out. Battle for the rebound comes out to Tarian. Tarian's going to go and kick it out. Here's Gray for three. Front iron, no good. Rebound, Cars, and Loyola gets another opportunity.
Well, Loyola doing a great job. They get the offensive putback, but then they kick it out and they settle it down, spread the floor, shuffle cut off the posts.
Nice feed inside by Cars. That's why couldn't do much with it, though. Here is Cars spinning, turning to the hoop, and off the iron, off the glass, and good.
Well, a good look at Cars, whether it's left, whether it's right, it really doesn't matter. Ambidextrous, that time up and off the window with her left hand.
Cars has been solid.
Loyola.
4 years at Loyola.
Loyola cuts the lead to 10, just under 6. They really, Andy, they really like to trap out of their zone, and they'll come out at you hard and try to get a turnover.
LaBarbera, the runner, goes. And now LaBarbera with 5. Balanced attack for Holy Cross in the early going.
Nice job by Avery, taking it off the bounce, getting it inside the paint, going up.
There's Tarian. His dad played in the NHL with the Flyers. And they are going to get a foul on Swords, it looks like. If it is, it's his second. And
did he call, was it a hand check? I missed it, but.
They're going to bring in a young lineup here. Azema, LaBarbera, Dembski, 3 freshmen on the floor. Faulkner and Petey for Holy Cross.
Obviously, Coach Gibbons has tremendous confidence in his young players.
It's a smaller lineup, too. Almost lost that one to Tarian.
Oh, great help side defense. Holy Cross is doing a great job when they're on the weak side of dropping into the paint, keeping an eye on the basketball with their team defense.
Betts White spots up for three. Off the iron, no good. The rebound, they'll give it to Azema. Kick it out to Faulkner. Petey and Azema both had the ball. Petey said, all right, you can have it. On that last rebound, Petey for three. Off the iron, no good. Comes Betts White the other way. Kicks it out for three. That was Terrian, no good. Rebound, Petey.
Well, back and forth we go. The ball's going up nowhere near the shot clock time, that's for sure, the last couple of trips.
Yeah, there's some tempo here.
Here's the double.
Inside to Azema, no. Pass a little too hot for Alucci. Gray comes back the other way with it. Good young players featured here in this matchup so far. And Betts White, one of the veterans, goes up. Foul and one.
Well, and one. She's listed, Andy, let's take a look at this. Left hand dribble between two defenders, goes up strong. She's listed at 5'3", and honestly, she's a jet. So 5'3" might be a stretch. She's as tough as nails.
Betts White coming off of an injury to her season last year. Almost 10 points a game, and she's got 7 here early on.
Well, she's a great leader for this Loyola team, and definitely a fire plug, spark plug.
Azema works it around to Petey. Dembski's the big right now inside. They go to her, no.
Well, she did a great job of posting up and giving herself some space, just couldn't finish.
Betts White to the lane and lost the ball off herself. There was a lot of traffic in there. Crusaders made it difficult. 9 points to the edge for Holy Cross. Led by 15, 1 point. In this second quarter, led by 15 after the first quarter, 15 early on here. Inside, nice feed to Manis, and she goes up for 2 more.
Nice job of moving the basketball. Manis goes up on the inside. Good, strong move inside.
Dembski found her, 11 points for Manis.
I think one of the things that's been pretty effective this quarter for Loyola is they've run out of their zone. They've run that trap an awful lot.
Betts White for 3, no. Azema rebound and will control it. Connolly got a hand on it.
Well, Coach Gibbons felt that she was fouled on that rebound on a reach-in.
Petey inside to Manis. Manis working on cars. Turnaround, fall away, and she's fouled. Lauren Manis will go to the line.
Well, Manis does a great job when she gets the basketball with her back to the basket of using a drop step and then kind of the fadeaway with the shot. Let's take a look at Manis on the back door here. There she goes hard to the basket, and a great finish here. You know, just outstanding teamwork and nice passing by the Crusaders.
Manis, a 74% foul shooter. Made her first. She's got 12. And that one in and out. Holy Cross by 12. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's the drive from Dixon. Drew contact, gives it up to Cars for 2. And a timeout taken by Loyola that time. College basketball on Charter TV3 presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Here's Joe Logan and his team. They were picked to finish 3rd in the Patriot League this year in the preseason. Bill Gibbons said he voted for him to be the number 2 team in the Patriot League this year.
Well, they brought back an awful, they're a veteran team, a veteran-laden team, and they certainly had some great games last year, so it was well-deserved. And again, I think, you know, it's timing and chemistry that they're trying to work on right now.
2.5 minutes left here, first half. Holy Cross by 10, working the ball up.
Loyola starting with three-quarter court, contained pressure, dropping back into their zone that they're going to trap out of. They run those doubles.
Nicole Morris skips it across.
Holy Cross very well aware of what they do out of their zone through a great scouting.
Smith, 3, drills it.
Well, so the defense shifts. They look to start to run the double. Holy Cross ball fakes and runs a skip pass. So the defense commits, and then they knock down the 3-ball. Nice job.
9 for Smith. Holy Cross's lead is 13. There's a 3 from Dixon off the mark. Rebound, LaBarbera. Avery LaBarbera.
What a
inside
great look
the
away pass. LaBarbera looking to the left-hand corner and then throws a dime pass into the lane for the lay-in.
2 freshmen. This is the future is really bright with this freshman class. Here is a 3. In and out. Rebound Dixon. Nice job crashing the boards.
Yep, again. They reset, they spread the floor, they open things up. This is a team that likes the dribble handoff.
Dixon going up. Rebound, Azema. Here come the Crusaders with about a minute left. Azema's gonna drive. Finds some space and up and in.
Oh, Azema doing a nice job of avoiding the offensive foul as she sidestepped and laid it in off the glass.
6 for Luch. Lucci.
Biggest lead of the game for the Crusaders.
3-ball on the way. Back iron, no good. Manis skies up and gets the board. Crusaders. 24 on the shot clock. Difference is 9 seconds. Holy Cross is going to slow the tempo here and take this shot clock down.
About a 10-second differential, maybe 9 from the shot clock and the
step
game
back
clock.
3. Back iron no good. Look out. Here comes LaBarbera. Jump ball. LaBarbera kept it alive. It'll be Holy Cross ball with 12 seconds left on the game clock.
Well, big possession for Holy Cross if they can score a bucket here.
Here comes Petey and Swords. Remember, they got that half-court 3 at the end of the first quarter.
Right.
Which stretched it out. They can get
12
some bonus here, bonus points, if you will.
Absolutely. 12 seconds to go leaves them plenty of time. There's the pick and pop on off the back screen. Travel.
Petey traveled. 9 seconds left, and opportunity goes by the wayside there. Defensive substitutions back in for Holy Cross. Faulkner and Morris. Cars brings the ball into the front court. Cars kicks it out. There's Gray, deep 3. In and out. And the rebound to Manis. And we'll go to the half with Holy Cross leading Loyola. 45-28. Crusaders with a big first half in a critical Patriot League matchup. Well, they're going to review the last play. So we are not going to the half just yet. Both teams Loyola was almost off the floor. They were called back.
Coach Gibbons appears to have made a valid point to the officials right at the end. So they'll review.
Review station just to our left there. Might be taking a look at how much time was on the clock when Manis got the rebound. And they'll call the coaches together for a conference. officiating crew. Done a nice job here in the first half. Bill Gibbons still making his point. But that is halftime. Both teams to the locker rooms. 45-28, Holy Cross on top. Halftime coming up. We've got Jackie Moe coming in for a halftime interview. Longtime staffer here. He's actually retired, but he's still here at Holy Cross. You won't want to miss it. 45-28, Holy Cross on top.
Local sports have a unique way of bringing families together, bringing generations together, bringing neighbors together. In Central Mass, you have families that have been here for years, and you have grandparents that played at a certain high school, and they're watching their grandson or granddaughter play at their same high school. And there's something real special about that. Everyone comes out on a Friday night for football or to support the basketball team or the softball team, and everyone wants to support their team, and everyone feels, whether or not they have a son or daughter playing, or even if they don't know anyone on the roster, they come out because they went to school there or they're from that town. And for us to be able to cover that is really unique, really special, and really gratifying.
We'll run into people all the time, whether they're home from college or they're visiting family and they don't live in the area anymore, or they'll say, hey, how's my team doing? How are these guys going to be this year? And so people remember where they came from. They remember their high schools. They remember their playing days. And
if you were from here, you know how unique and how special it is that you can get coverage of your high school and your college.
we have a bond with the community. They appreciate us, we appreciate them. To hear people cheer for you when you show up, because you're just there covering the game. We're not the game, but it's cool.
I've had people tell me that we've brought high school sports to a whole new level in Central Mass because of the way we cover high school sports and cover them like they're professional athletes.
Join me on the Hank Stoltz Experience. People are always asking me, what is the experience? Well, that's the beauty of it. It's everything that has to do with Central Massachusetts. From the politics of the region to the great events that are going on each and every weekend or every night right here in Central Mass. You don't want to miss a single moment as I discuss exciting new topics with a variety of different guests on each show. The action never stops on the Hank Stoltz Experience, only on Charter TV 3.
Then you actually have to make the argument we need the border to be open so heroin addicts won't become desperate. Believe me, there are people who will buy that stupid argument. I mean, because I know how to think like these people. Look, if there was a way to do it and you could make money off of it, somebody would do it. These are the things CNN does. And yet, you know who's watching CNN? You're listening to the Jim Polito Show, your safe space.
People listen to us up in Gardner, Fitchburg, Leominster, Auburn, Millbury, Grafton, Sturbridge. You know, we have Uxbridge. Again, this is not Worcester. We just don't talk about Worcester. We got selectmen on this show that want to talk about town meetings. We're a very great community. All of Worcester County, the people that I talk to each day, that listen to me each day, that watch me on Charter 193 each day. You want to talk to me? I'd love to talk to you.
All right, welcome back at halftime. Holy Cross leads Loyola 45-28. And we're joined here at the half. Jack Moriarty, we know him as Jackie Moe. And people around the basketball program have heard the name Jackie Moe of the women's basketball program. We'll get to that in a second. But you've been around Holy Cross for a long time, and you're actually retired.
Right.
But you're still here.
Still here, right. I take care of the officials for the men's and women's basketball
Absolutely.
teams.
What you held several different roles while you were here at the College of Holy Cross. Your last role was what? Equipment
manager.
Equipment
yes.
manager.
Yeah.
But you were a trainer as well.
At one time, I did both jobs.
Did both jobs.
Yeah.
How has you, maybe as well as anybody that's been up here, 38 years full time and almost 9 since you retired?
10 this June. Yes.
10 since you retired.
Yeah.
I've seen the changes up here. What has that been like for you from when you started to what you see now, just in the facilities and the teams?
I'm a little jealous because they have so much great facilities and staff now. So, but it's great. It's just it's unbelievable facility to have now.
When you were a trainer on the women's basketball team, I want to get to the bottom of this. Coach Gibbons, anyone who's been around women's basketball hears no Jackie Moes.
Yeah.
When especially at the free throw line, I just by being around, take that to be don't give up an offensive rebound. How did no Jackie Moes happen?
It's when the other team's shooting the foul shot and we have the advantage on the line. I used to get upset when I traveled with the women's basketball team if we gave up the rebound on that. So that's how that came along, So he started calling it a Jackie Mo. So make sure you don't lose the ball when we already got the advantage on them.
So for 20 or 30 years, Jack, your name or nickname has been known as "Don't Give Up an Offensive."
Quite a long time since Coach Gibbons came, I think. Almost, yeah.
Don't give up an offensive rebound on a foul shot.
Right.
No Jackie Moes. The facility here, the Luth Athletic Center, and just you mentioned staff. There's more people doing different jobs now.
Right.
They don't have to be a trainer and an equipment manager right now.
Yeah.
What's that been like? Just being around this college and around the athletic program.
When I just talked to a former student who came back, and I said, "Aren't you jealous of all this?" He says, "Yeah." Even just the training room only. Now there's staff. Each team has their own trainer, and. So it's covered so much better, and the trainers now, they're so far light years ahead when I was doing it, you know what I mean? Or the way they can treat people and stuff like that, and the equipment they have to do it with, Yeah, so it's unbelievable. And then the facility, when you look at the facility, it's, it's the indoor facility is just incredible.
So you retired almost 10 years ago, but I've seen you just about at every men's or women's basketball game since.
Yes.
Obviously, it's a pretty good retirement job you got going on.
Yeah, it is. Very nice. Keep in touch with the college and with the kids, stuff like that.
The student athlete here at Holy Cross from 30, 40 years ago to now, are they different?
No, I don't. They're basically the same kind of kids, and very nice to work with. And that was part of my best part of the job was the students, working with the students here. I always say that.
And you've seen a lot of ups and downs in terms of wins and losses. Is there anything that stands out memory-wise, memorable for you?
Well, we had that. We had the great run in football when Coach Duffner was here. So that was kind of we were 60-4 or something like that, some crazy number like that. So that stands out. But yeah, and I seen the hockey team grow from a Division II team up to a Division I team playing in a good conference now and stuff like that. So that's been a big difference, yeah.
And your son Chris went here, and
son Chris and my daughter Anna.
Your daughter,
Anna,
all went here. So you guys you're all in on a Holy Cross family here.
My kids grew up hanging around Holy Cross football and basketball and hockey and all the sports.
Yeah, Chris is still hanging around. I still see him in the rafters.
He's still a big fan. Yeah, he's still a big fan. Yeah.
Yeah. What in terms of just being a part of the Worcester community and being a part of this, what has it been like for you? I mean, how much fun has the ride been?
It's been great because I grew up short distance from here on Kilby Street, Maine South, and my dad was a big Holy Cross supporter, and so he started taking me to the games when I was young, and then when they hired me coming out of Springfield College, it was like a dream job for me. I couldn't believe it, So it was like I didn't even get paid for 3 months when I first started here. And finally, the trainer said to me, "Have you been paid yet, Jack?" And I said, "No." I said, "You better go down and check one." And then they finally started paying me. But it was a great job, and I loved it.
Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah.
How do you do equipment and training at the same time?
It was difficult. I'd be working in the training room, and somebody would come in, "Jack, I need this," and I'd be going back and forth. So it was difficult at times, but we got it done at the time. We didn't have as many facility and problems and teams and like that at the time. So now it's got kind of complicated now. So the people that do it now, Rob, the equipment manager, he's terrific at what he does too.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to kind of watch these guys and see what they do now, but there are a lot of challenges to your job and to their job now.
Yes, yeah, it is still a lot of hours they put in, and so it was like a 7 days a week job, because of every team was practicing someday and stuff like that.
I heard a story. You would work here, you'd work somewhere else.
Yeah.
You'd work a lot of different jobs.
Yeah.
You didn't sleep a lot, probably.
I drove 31 years for the Telegram and Gazette at night, so that was my second job, my main second job. So yeah. With 8 kids, you have to deal with stuff.
Got to put food on the table and get them to school. Absolutely, no question about it. Well, your name is synonymous with not giving up offensive rebounds. I think it's synonymous with basketball around here.
Yeah.
And I know you did football and other sports for a long time, but just seeing you up here, I know I'm in the right place. If I'm here at a game, I say, there must be a game. Jack's here.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Yeah, and I love coming up. Still love it because I grew up here, grew up going up to the games, worked here, and then after I retired, I still coming back and watching the games.
I still wonder if you retired because I see you here all the time. Men's game next. We saw a Thriller on Wednesday night.
Yes.
You have a lot of fun watching these games.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I still live and die with them though when
Yeah.
they win or when they lose. So. It was kind of nice to be still here, part of it.
Awesome. Well, Jack, thanks so much for being with us. Best of the family.
Thanks, Andy.
Great to see you.
Okay.
And I'll see you at the next one.
Yes, I'll be
all
here.
Right, appreciate it. Jackie Moe with us at halftime. We're back with more right after this.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade, take a stand to lend a hand, don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
I absolutely loved every minute of playing high school sports and just the feeling of going into the locker room before a game and how cool it was coming out and the whole town's all around the field cheering and it's just such a special feeling.
Played basketball and golf at Auburn High. I was the captain of both teams my senior year. For me, I learned a lot because I played high school sports when I was at Auburn High School.
I started back in March of 1997, and it was a lot different then. I was the only person in sports. We were shooting on VHS tapes.
I started in December of 2000. I was the assignment desk editor and the Health Watch reporter. I was also always a sports guy. You get paid to do things that you love to do, and for us, that's being on a ball field or a basketball court or just being around sports.
Our enthusiasm, I think, for sports is contagious, and everyone gets swept up in it. It shows in, I think, in our overall product in our sports, that everyone cares.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
More than a dozen people are now without a home. A serious two-vehicle crash in Worcester shuts down an exit on 190.
The Cannabis Control Commission is making Worcester its new home.
New Pawsock Stadium in Worcester is now one step closer to reality.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News Tonight on Charter TV3.
Welcome back. Crusaders by 17 at the half.
Well, we take a look at Loyola. They've done a nice job of hanging tough here in the first half, shooting the ball in spurts. They haven't been really consistent inside, but you take a look at the range that they certainly have. They can knock that ball down. And the Crusaders, they've been consistent. They've been consistent from the free throw line, from the defensive end. They've been consistent shooting the three ball as well.
Lauren Manis has 3 blocks. You saw a couple of them there. A rare 2 from Petey. And Manis leading the way with 12 points and 6 rebounds in the first half for Holy Cross.
Holy Cross has had a few backdoor cuts that they've executed exceptionally well.
Look at the field goal percentage. The Crusaders 63%. Loyola just 26 and change. And then the three-point shooting, a big difference there. The rebounds are even though, Kevin, and that was a point where Holy Cross wanted to win that battle.
But again, where Holy Cross wanted to win the battle is points in the paint, and they're outscoring them 22-10. But I started to say as we were doing the montage, Holy Cross has been very consistent from the free throw line, field goal percentage, as well as the three-point arc. So that's something that, if they can continue right now with a decent margin, Andy. But they've got to attack the second half here in the third quarter as if it's a brand new game.
Well, Bill Gibbons needs another big half from his team.
Geez, I see, right now I'm just thinking of Kevin Shea because there's a little Michael Jackson in the background.
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah.
This is his era. He likes his 80s music. I mean, he was 40 in the 80s, but, he still liked it. Yeah. Here's Coach Gibbons. Ann McInerney, associate head coach there. A grade at Assumption College and later great head coach at Merrimack and Maine. Danielle Parks and Jeff Kerpass and Sarah Hope. In the maroon, Sarah Hope was a great basketball player at Boston University. Came here and lit up the Crusaders her senior season and then got a gig as the director of basketball operations. So
no hard feelings.
No hard feelings. Yeah, Hope can play. She can bring it. There's Sarah.
So I think a real key for the Holy Cross women came out of their scouting report, which the coaching staff obviously has done, and they've really taken advantage. They have minimized the number of turnovers in the Loyola trap, but they have maximized the opportunity to score baskets by throwing the skip pass and reversing the basketball. So a real good team brand of moving the ball against the traps that Loyola threw at them in the second quarter.
Loyola with the basketball to start, and Bree Betts-White, their leader, with the rock. Connolly had the ball a moment ago. There she is. Opened the game with a three.
Holy Cross staying man-to-man.
Now's a shot off the mark. Rebound, LaBarbera. Maybe LaBarbera can hit the glass.
Well, she did a great job that time dribbling away from pressure because there was a double team as soon as she got it off the glass.
5 rebounds for LaBarbera. Manis inside, nice interior feed.
Boy, I'll tell you, post to post, and what a great backdoor cut. Again, timing, chemistry. You know, they just did a great job there. Largest lead of the game.
Inside Betts-White, no rebound Manis. Talk about the improvement of Manis. Megan Swords might be the most improved player that I've seen over the course of the last year. She has really been a force offensively. And you saw it with a pass on the last possession.
Well, she has a great basketball IQ. Again, great job dumping it low post. Skip pass to the corner.
They go inside to Swords. Swords a little half hook off the glass for 2. Making us look good. Swords has 8.
Largest lead of the game. The Crusaders come out in the third quarter doing exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, this is the type of game you want to keep your foot on the gas, right, Kevin, and just put this thing away in the third quarter if you can. Terrian goes up, rebound to Swords.
Every quarter has got to be a new quarter.
LaBarbera for 3. All net.
Oh,
Crusaders are on fire early. Timeout taken by Joe Logan and Loyola. 52-28. Things flowing the way of the purple early.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Holland.
I'm Zach Lanning.
I'm Megan McGeary.
My name is Ed Ryan.
And welcome to College of the Holy Cross. So when I was looking at colleges, I had a ton of questions. Like, can I play my violin and study to be a doctor?
This is where I ask, how many ways can I surprise people?
What does it mean to be on a team?
Who am I and where am I headed?
At Holy Cross.
The more I ask,
The more I learn.
Holy Cross.
Ask more.
Well, here we are back live. Let's take a look at Holy Cross. Again, a backdoor cut. Great job, Manis, with the finish off the window. Swords, again, you know, the Twin Towers inside doing a great job. And then, of course, they're knocking it down from the outside. We start the third quarter. Andy, what do we need to do as a Holy Cross Crusader to do really well? Well, we've got to defend. Right now, Loyola, a minute and 42 seconds into the third quarter, has not scored a bucket. On the flip side, Holy Cross has 7 points already.
Yep. Good start, that 7-0 run you just referenced for the Crusaders. Bill Gibbons in the film room on the whiteboard, it was written down, who wants this game more? It's a big game for them, big game for us. Who wants it more? Holy Cross showing a lot of great energy here early in the third quarter, and they started the game like this as well.
Well, we talked early about dictating and dominating the game. Right now, Holy Cross, you know, the ladies are absolutely doing that. Holy Cross extending, looks like a zone, almost a 1-3-1. Backdoor cut.
Terrian goes up for 2. You saw that graphic. It erases a 14-0 run for Holy Cross back to the second quarter.
That's the first basket for Loyola here in the third quarter.
52-30. Still a lot of basketball left.
You know, Andy, sometimes they say if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. So that if they're going to use that 1-3-1, which I think they were in, they're going to have to settle into it a little bit easier and a little bit better.
Tried to go across, steal by Betts White, coming back the other way. Cars.
Partially
misses.
tipped.
Rebound, put back, no, and now here comes the Crusaders. That was Swords leading the break for a while there. Smith thought about the 3 and took an extra
travel
step. And I'll turn it over. It's another turnover for Holy Cross, but they've been pretty good in limiting those turnovers. They had just 6 in the first half.
However, they just had 2 back-to-back. So hopefully that's not going to be a trend.
Lenoy.
Back to their man-to-man defense, the Crusaders.
Terrian spinning, going to the hoop, up and off the mark. Rebound comes out to Vanoy, and now Betts White. Terrian jumper, no good. Good blocks out by Swords, gives Manis the board. Lauren Manis looking around. Smith back to Manis off the screen.
There's that double, important to move the ball.
You just probably can't defend that with Swords. When she has that position, she gets 2 more.
Well,
10 for Swords.
Again, when they run that double, if they're trying to run the double on Manis, she's tall, she's long, and she keeps the ball high. She's got a great IQ. Dump the ball inside to Swords for the bucket.
Inside Terrian, no. Tipped out, Manis rebound. Here comes Lauren Manis. Manis and LaBarbera on the break. It's Manis herself off the iron, no good. Terrian coming back the other way. Terrian cut off by Smith, rather.
Almost stolen twice by the Crusaders.
Cars going up, no. Manis just slaps the ball down, picks up the rebound.
Now Coach Gibbons wants them to slow it down a little bit and run a set. Settle it, settle it, settle it.
Lauren Manis is en route to another double-double. May already have one at this point. Had 7 rebounds at halftime and just got a few here in the third quarter. They look inside to Swords, takes the ball and finishes it. 12 points for Swords.
Well, they have stayed true to their game plan. Attack the inside paint, and they've been very successful with that. Holy Cross with a line change. Coach Gibbons with 4 players ready to come into the ball game.
Cars going up. Good power move and finishes.
Well, she was able to impose her will and work her way deep into the paint for that bucket.
She has 8. Gray has 8.
There's the double.
To lead Loyola. Inside, Swords, automatic right now.
Yeah, great job. She's got soft hands. She steps to receive the basketball after it's passed, and then she's got an outstanding finish.
Cars, little contact, ball's loose. Smith falls on it, and I'm gonna say she traveled. But then they motioned that it was going to be Crusader possession. They'll figure it out. There's a timeout on the floor. 58-32, Holy Cross on top of Loyola.
Accidents involving distracted driving injured over 400,000 Americans last year. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car or motorcycle accident, before you call your insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Our attorneys have helped tens of thousands of clients receive millions of dollars in settlements for over 50 years. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you do.
Wednesday nights during the winter in Central Mass mean one thing. It is hockey night. Di Gregorio, good vision. Find Sean Clark, one-timer laser show for the goal. In boys basketball, it is McManus. Alley-oop to Hunter for the throwdown. Hitting Damian Como, forget the jelly, we want the jam. In girls basketball, Rockets pulling out the rangefinder. It's Jacqueline Landry with the 3.
Well, Andy, you talked about the fact that Swords has been the most improved player and she certainly has showed, how she can impose her will when the ball is dumped into her in the post. Very difficult matchup for Loyola. She's been very successful early on here in the third period.
Yeah, if you're defending her, you cannot let her get the ball anywhere near that little half circle area down there. She is almost automatic in there, and with her size.
Yeah, well, the problem is that Loyola was playing behind, and you really can't play behind. You've got to, when the ball is a foul line extended above, you've got to play on the inside, so you wrap inside out. And then when the ball is foul line extended below, you want to side front from the baseline side and force the ball to go into the middle. But they're playing on the backside, and she's just going to continue to hurt you if she gets the ball in the post.
Any Holy Cross game, it would be remiss, the broadcast, without a shout-out to Peggy Scanlon and from Coach Gibbons to his wife, Lisa, who's recovering at home from a condition over the holidays. Kidney stones, he put it out there. So the HIPAA has gone by the wayside for Lisa. Sorry, Lisa. Hope you're feeling better. At some point, I have to come by, and they were renovating their kitchen about 12 years ago or 15 years ago, and Kevin and I were supposed to go back and see how it turned out. I think they've renovated it twice since then. We have to get our invite back to come over for lunch.
Wow. Holy Cross got the ball back that time with a miscommunication by Loyola. 5 on the shot clock. They'll have to hurry.
Here's a Zema.
Travel.
She took an extra step. 4:17 left here in the third quarter. Of course, Coach says for his wife, Lisa, the best medicine in her recovery would be a win today. And the Crusaders are on their way if this holds up.
Well, if that's the case right now, I was going to say she's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, Carr's going up. No good. Tipped out by Dembski to Petey for the rebound.
Carr's with a nice ball fake to the middle and then coming back, but just couldn't finish it.
Petey. Back out to Smith, the floor general. Madeline Smith.
There's that high ball screen.
Goes inside to Azema. Nice movement without the ball. Azema goes up for 2 more.
Well, nice job on the pick and slip that time. Azema doing a nice job laying the ball in off the window.
She has 8. Big contributor off the bench. Carr's just throwing this one up. No good. Dembski. Rebound. Not getting a great look at it there was Carr's. Back here comes Azema
what a pass.
flying through. A little bit of contact and Azema couldn't finish it.
Well, she had a lot of momentum going and couldn't pull up really well. Foul here.
Good tempo there from Gray. And she gets the foul on Nicole Morris. It's her first. And Gray's going to go to the line.
Well, here's that pick and slip, a nice pass inside. Certainly, they switched. So they took advantage of the fact that she had a height advantage, and then on her slip into the lane, she was wide open. A great finish.
Gray missing there. Rare miss for Gray, although she doesn't have a lot of chances from the foul line.
Loyola really struggling, not only from the charity stripe, but from the perimeter as well. Speaking of charity stripe, I think it's a great time for a shout out for our good friend Bob Foraker. You know, we wish him well. We hope things are going well for him. But certainly someone that has left an impact here in the media world.
Yeah, we're sitting right where Bob would be sitting for the last 4 decades. There's a shot. That's a 2 for Petey.
Well, again, you know, a young lady can really shoot that 3 ball, and she certainly showed her range yet again there. Yeah, Bob Foraker, going back to my childhood 100 years ago, was an inspiration to me.
Petey with 2 two-point field goals today. There is Gray going up. She's got the points right now for Loyola.
Alexis Gray doing a nice job of getting inside, and quite honestly, Holy Cross defended relatively well there. That was a tough shot and a strong finish.
Azema lost the handle. Good defense, stolen back by LaBarbera, and she puts it up for 2.
Again, we talk about LaBarbera's nose for the basketball. She just knew that that pass was going to come back from going out of bounds and stole it and laid it in.
LaBarbera is relentless, always trying to come up with some sort of steal, or she's never out of the play.
Largest lead of the ball game for the Lady Crusaders.
Tarian, shot clock's under 10. Points have been tough to come by for the Greyhounds. Tarian up, no. Rebound tipped out to LaBarbera. And LaBarbera hits the deck. And we had a jump ball. It's going to stay with Holy Cross. Just 4 points in the, or 6 points rather, in the quarter for Loyola. Down 30. And it's been kind of a long stretch with just those 6 points. Back to early in the second quarter.
Holy Cross will inbounds to LaBarbera.
You mentioned Bob Foraker. Even in retirement, he's getting more ink in the local paper than any of us are. So he's still got some pull, that guy. Certainly wish him the best. He has a good talent agent. Yeah, there's no question about it. LaBarbera for 3 off the mark.
His Swords.
Rebound Manis, and Manis is fouled.
Wow, little volleyball going on inside, and it's all Lady Crusaders. Manis and Swords going back and forth. Swords with the miss. Take a look at it. You know, they're just cleaning the glass. Nice job. Shot goes up with the miss. Manis with the putback. She gets fouled. She earns 2.
Lauren Manis.
Nice soft touch.
Excellent foul shooter. Free throw shooter. And missed the second, of course, right on cue. 15 points. I say she's an excellent free throw shooter. She still is. Crusaders by 31. There's Cars going to the hoop. Off the iron, no good. They're going to get a reach on Connolly.
Now, I don't know if we can see that, but I'll tell you, Swords did a great job, again, of boxing out, boxing away, and there was a reach that came over the top. Let's take a look at it. Take a look. Shot goes up. Great hustle. Here's Swords on the weak side, and there she is, and there's the reach coming over the top. You know, fundamentally sound. Just a great job.
And solid basketball. The leaders in the front court for Holy Cross. There's Manis for 3. Off the iron, no good. Cars comes away with the rebound. Ahead to Dixon. Runner, and she's going to draw the foul on Azema. But the looks, if you were to say for Loyola, they haven't had great looks. I mean, they're kind of throwing up runners at this point, trying to get things to fall.
Well, look, you know, our job is not to coach, but I think that the continuity of the offenses that Loyola is running, comparatively speaking, when you look at this tape of what Holy Cross is doing, is inconsistent. And I think that they're not getting the shots because they're not getting solid screens, and their schemes are not getting enough motion. So consequently, you know, they're taking a dribble drive or a quick jump shot as they get under 10 seconds on the shot clock to get a look.
Dixon hits her foul shots, and it looks like Loyola is going to extend the defensive pressure to full court.
Good call. It's man-to-man full. We'll see if they try to jump out of it and double the ball.
Smith gets it across and in the hands of LaBarbera.
Very aggressive defense. We talked about that. It's one of their mainstays at Loyola. You know, that they really get after it.
10 seconds left in the quarter.
Not too much bounce.
5. Here comes Manis. Runner. Goes. And she's fouled.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, Manis, again, just imposing her will. Dribble drive to the left-hand side. She gets into the paint. LaBarbera with the ball handling on the perimeter, but then here's, well, there'll be we'll see it again, but the ball was reversed, and Manis took it through the left lane and came back. Here it is. Left-hand dribble, you know, 6'3", she's got a great handle, and then she comes back off the right as she's going out of bounds, off the window and in. Can't finish the three-point play.
And it's tied up. And that's the end of the quarter. The lead extended by Holy Cross. Big quarter for Bill Gibbons' bunch. 67-36. A lot of work left to finish this thing out.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
More than a dozen people are now without a home. A serious two-vehicle crash in Worcester shuts down an exit on 190.
The Cannabis Control Commission is making Worcester its new home.
New Paul Sox Stadium in Worcester is now one step closer to reality.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News Tonight on Charter TV3.
People listen to us up in Gardner, Fitchburg, Leominster, Auburn, Millbury, Grafton, Sturbridge. You know, we have Uxbridge. Again, this is not Worcester. We just don't talk about Worcester. We got selectmen on this show that want to talk about town meetings. We're a very great community. All of Worcester County, the people that I talk to each day, that listen to me each day, that watch me on Charter 193 each day. You want to talk to me? I'd love to talk to you.
Well, here's Manis, the dribble drive. She's got great momentum. There's the bump that threw her off balance a little bit. So she pulled back, going out of bounds to the left, Andy, with the right hand and went up and off the window.
Now, Lauren Manis just has been finishing. I mean, she's almost, when she's on, she's automatic. She's a finisher. Finishing more shots than she did a year ago, even with contact. You see them coming out of the break. Lafayette and Holy Cross, the men's game is next. The men are here. They've been paying close attention to this women's basketball game. 3 o'clock our tip-off on Charter TV3, Patriot League Network.
You know, Andy, we talked about it. Both teams 0-3. And you can see, you know, there's not parity right now between these two teams. Holy Cross doing a great job. And I'm sure Coach Gibbons, as they look at this tape, they need to use this as a springboard to move forward. They have to gain confidence in how they're playing, but they have to continue to maintain the level of intensity and energy that they bring every minute of the entire game.
Underway with Loyola's basketball. Tarian.
Holy Cross, whoop, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Stays man-to-man.
There's Bree Betts-White into a three. Off the iron, no good. Tarian tried to take it away from LaBarbera and crashes out of bounds. Great effort there.
Absolutely. Really laid it out. Great hustle. Full court pressure.
Megan Swords crosses it over and then in the hands of Manis and LaBarbera.
I got to tell you, I just absolutely love the basketball game of Bree Betts-White and how hard she plays. Stolen here by Loyola.
Tarian.
Ooh, travel.
A little delay, and she's going to get the call and the finish.
I thought that might have been a shuffle of her feet. That's what I thought he saw her.
Now the Crusader coaching staff.
We'll take a look at it here. Pulls up the dribble. Yeah, that's where I thought there was a shuffle. There definitely was contact.
Crusader coaching staff said she's got a scorer's mentality when talking about Isabella Tarian. Cannot convert the three-point play. Manis with another rebound. Double-double again for Lauren Manis. This afternoon, they try to go inside. Manis and Swords get tied up.
Little miscommunication, both right there. Holy Cross maintains possession. 12 on the shot.
Here is Janae Faulkner. Faulkner driving up and off the mark, and they're going to get Swords for a bump. Be her third. One of these teams, and right now it looks like Loyola will be 0-4 in the Patriot League after 4 games, and it's not a place you want to be.
Oh, it's a tough start. I think once they find their identity and they start running their offense effectively, they certainly can do damage. Look at how tough this girl is.
Yeah, Bree Betts-White is a player. And you know, she picks up the foul there. She's been around coming off of an injury. She's got a little extra in the tank.
Take a look at it. You know, I had just said how much I like her intensity. I mean, she is just non-stop. She's aggressive. She runs the hand. She's got a great handle running their offense. Defensively, she just gets after it.
Yeah, and down 30 points, she is flying around defensively. There's no give in there. Here's Manis to the hoop, draws the foul on Niles and scores.
Now, Lauren Manis, she sees a little bit of daylight, and that's all you need to give her. And she takes the ball off the bounce, hard to the glass, and lays it in. Take a look at it. Right between two defenders. She gets clipped on her arm, and a great finish. She's having an outstanding game.
And she converts the free throw. 20 points now for Lauren Manis, right on her average. Double-double. How about the fact that Lauren Manis, she's got 3 games where she didn't have a double-double this year. All those games she had 8 rebounds and 20 or 30. She had 30 against Boston College and 8 rebounds. So a minimum of 8 rebounds a game. When you don't have a double-double, that's pretty darn close. There's Tarian. Tarian driving, relentlessly going to the hoop, fouled, and
big bucket.
Count the hoop.
Oh, right over the top of Swords. Nice job.
You know, that is the 4th, I believe, on Swords. It is. Tarian, again, from that hockey background. Dad played for the Flyers in the NHL, so she's got that toughness mentality to her, no question about it. She converts a 3-point play. The lead is 28 for Holy Cross. Just under 8 minutes to play from the Hart Center.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Holland.
I'm Zach Lanning.
I'm Megan McGeary.
My name is Ed Ryan.
And welcome to College of the Holy Cross. So when I was looking at colleges, I had a ton of questions. Like, can I play my violin and study to be a doctor?
This is where I ask, how many ways can I surprise people?
What does it mean to be on a team?
Who am I and where am I headed?
At Holy Cross.
The more I ask,
The more I learn.
Holy Cross.
Ask more.
Well, back we go, and here we are. There's Manis. Again, she's having an incredible game, Kevin. Andy, I'm sorry.
I've been called worse. Manis says 20.
You know, she certainly has been the leader here for the Lady Crusaders this afternoon.
There was a scoreboard adjustment during the break. It was 28-point lead. Now it's 70-41. Unless my eyes are going crazy. I thought it was 69-41 when we went to break. Either way.
You're absolutely correct.
Either way, Lauren Manis, added that extra point on the free throw, but Lauren Manis and the Crusaders are in charge here. Manis begins the 4th quarter on the bench.
Loyola picks up full court man-to-man. Holy Cross goes 1-4 out of bounds. I absolutely love inbounding the ball against pressure, man-to-man pressure into 1-4.
Faulkner's going to draw the foul. This one is on Bree Betts-White.
Janae Faulkner dribbling between 2 defenders, and it was a blocking foul.
A little different this year. The Patriot League has these double headers, and it's not the same teams playing each other. Lafayette play the men after this, so it's not like Loyola men, Loyola women playing.
Here's the trap. This is Loyola is what they do very well, and this is what Holy Cross has to do.
Inside,
and that is get it inside and score the basketball.
They had a good look at it there. And out of bounds, it'll go back to Holy Cross. But there are a couple of doubleheaders on the Crusaders' schedule this year where the women play and then the men play, and they're different squads that are coming in. You have 3 different schools here on campus if you include Holy Cross.
Yeah, very interesting that they wouldn't match up with their counterparts.
They used to do that years ago. You'd have the men's, women's doubleheaders with the same 2 teams. I like the doubleheader idea, though, especially on the weekends. There's a 3, and it drops in for a triple for Connolly. Connolly's got 6. She hit that 3 at the beginning of the game. Her first point since then.
Loyola's going to look to double every opportunity they can. Holy Cross has got to reverse the basketball.
Azema, strong take.
Well,
she's in double figures.
Nobody's going to step in and draw a charge with Azema going to the basket as hard as she just did. She did a great job.
The way LaBarbera and Azema, they each have 10. The way those 2 play, and Dembski's still kind of working herself back. And this is a really good freshman group. That one misses everything. They'll go back to Holy Cross with 6.5 minutes to play.
Here's Azema coming right into your living room, just taking it hard to the basket. Right-handed flip up and off the glass, but it's outstanding finish.
Full court pressure still here for Loyola.
Yeah, Petey back in the ball game for Holy Cross. Oh, almost stolen. Travel.
Now they're going to get a foul away from the ball. And it goes against Dembski. And that erases what would have been a 3 for LaBarbera. (72-44). Rebets White through the lane. Tough defense for the Crusaders. Dembski battling for the ball. And out of bounds. Is going to be last touched by Loyola. And now they reverse it. Initially the call was for Holy Cross and then came back the other way. Betts White inbounds. Faulkner's going to get the foul as she tripped up Terrian. First foul against Faulkner, but it is the 5th, so here in the quarter, that means Loyola shoots 2 the rest of the way. Terrian rattles home the first. She's a 74% foul shooter. And the leading scorer coming into today, averaging almost 12 points a game. In and out there, and she's got 10 today. Battle for it. Betts White comes away with it. Last touch by Holy Cross is Loyola will get another opportunity at it. And the bench has been warned, or maybe it was Coach Gibbons has been warned about maybe a box violation on the far side.
So hope Loyola maintains possession. Great hustle going out of bounds there.
There's Terrian to the hoop, driving and scoring.
Yeah, too easy that time, too easy.
She's got 12 to lead Loyola. Stolen by Bree Betts White, and they're going to pick up the foul on Morris. So a little bit of energy here from the Greyhounds. Bree Betts White's going to go to the foul line.
Cole Morris picks up the foul. Timeout here. Holy Cross has got to re-energize themselves. Last minute or so, they haven't been playing with a lot of energy.
College basketball on Charter TV3, brought to you by presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. You know, when you get into a situation when you're up 30 points, is it, as a coach, as a player, I mean, is it tough to kind of keep that focus that you have to keep for 40 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, and that really is your job, is to make sure that they continue to play with the intensity that they had. You know, you can start to look at taking the foot off the gas pedal once you get to the 3-minute mark, but up until then, You can be up by 30, and if you're not, cautiously going after the ball defensively and continuing to maintain that level of intensity, you can put yourself in trouble. Right now, you see the Greyhounds, Loyola is not going to take their foot off the gas. They're going to continue to trap and press, look for turnovers, and try to get themselves back in the ball game.
Good look at the Crusader huddle there in the last timeout. They come back out with Dembski, Azema, Faulkner, Petey, and Morris. It's kind of that smaller lineup they had when they take the Twin Towers out.
It's also a great opportunity for the Lady Crusaders that are in the ball game now to show that they can maintain the level of intensity and that they can execute their offense and that they continue to be tenacious on the defensive end. So it's really important that they continue to play hard.
Reed Betts-White makes the second one. She has 8 points.
Here's the pressure. They need to spread the floor.
Crusaders pass their way through it.
Well, nice job that time. There's a reach.
Reed Betts-White right into our location here. Good effort there. She's up. Holy Cross gets the ball right in front of us.
She came hard into that bench.
Inbound back to Nicole Morris.
Here's the double team. Somebody's got to be open. Whenever you're double teamed, especially in the full court, there's got to be somebody open. You need ball movement.
Janae Faulkner goes up with the left hand and scores.
Great left-handed flip and a good finish. A basket very much needed by the Lady Crusaders.
4 points for Faulkner. They've got the start today. Been good defensively. Tarian off the iron, no good. This one tipped.
Over the
and
top.
They're going to get a foul on Connolly, it looks like. No, they're calling it on Vanoy.
Again, a great position rebound and a nice box out.
Crusaders are going to get some more fresh legs into the ball game here in a second. Here's the steal. Gray's jumper off the mark. Rebound, Petey.
Too many people in the backcourt against that full court press.
Here's Faulkner. Shields off the defender. Finds Azema. Azema's fouled going up, and she's going to shoot two.
Great behind the back dribble. Great behind the back dribble and a nice pass inside. There it is, a little whirling dervish, and then a great dish. And then she's fouled on the way up. Great ball movement by Holy Cross.
Azema misses the first. Maggie Locke checking in.
Maggie's a senior from Collegeville, Pennsylvania.
Azema missed them both. She's only taken 12 free throws so far this year. There's a three for Connolly. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Tarian. Tarian thought about it and gives it up to Gray.
High ball screen for Tarian.
Crusaders keeping them on the perimeter right now.
The defense is outstanding.
Gray's shot off the mark. Another rebound for Petey. And here come the Crusaders. They're going to get a foul on Gray, and now Holy Cross is shooting two the rest of the way. Just under 4 minutes left. And Nicole Morris will go to the line. Try to get into the scoring books. Morris hits. Azema comes off after a big performance. 2 points for Nicole Morris there from the line. 76-48, the margin. Tarian, good drive, and she's going to be fouled by Maggie Locke. And that's the danger they were worried about with Terry, and they defensively done a nice job kind of limiting those kind of clean look opportunities from her.
Well, she creates space for herself so well. You know, she's got a decent handle, and when she has space, she gets to the basket very, very well, and she's strong on the finish. So when she gets fouled, oftentimes it'll end up being a three-point play.
Crusaders, Miranda Nixon with the ball.
Good ball movement.
And
travel.
Locke took an extra hop with the basket before dribbling the basketball there. 76-49, 3:33 left.
You know, again, Holy Cross Coach Gibbons has gone to his bench, but this is an opportunity for these young ladies to show that they need more playing time, that they want more playing time. Great backdoor, great pass, outstanding finish by the Greyhounds.
It's 2 more, 15 now for Terrien. Leading Loyola.
Great job settling it down, spread the floor, give yourself some space.
Petey. Traveled. Terrien came over on the defensive help and kind of created that turnover. Well, Holy Cross trying to close this one out. They go to Navy this week. That'll be a big one. Terrien off the mark, rebound Miranda Nixon.
Nice job by Nixon, putting it to the floor to give herself a little bit of space. Crusaders moving the ball well right now. Great spacing, excellent patience.
Yep, there's no rush here.
Oh,
Inside
nice
to
pass.
Nixon, good position. Nice, rolls out.
Couldn't get it to go. Great pass inside.
Rebets White comes back the other way. Gray, this is deep. And she drills it. Another one. That's a third one from
tremendous range,
3
NBA
towns
range.
away.
Right, exactly. From your hometown in Auburn.
Timeout called by Loyola. It's 76-54, 2:07 to play. You know, if you're Joe Logan, you're probably not going to score 23 points here in the last 2 minutes. That would be some kind of record.
There's a good look at that three-pointer as they throw the kick out.
But you take the timeout for situational stuff and try to get a little bit better here in the final 2 minutes.
Well, I think you got to continue to coach, especially when you're struggling to find your identity.
Right.
You know, he certainly is doing that, and you're absolutely correct. You know, so look for them to come out of this timeout, maybe doing something a little different, maybe a full court zone press, and they're going to start to gamble a little bit more. So on the flip side, it's a great opportunity for the Holy Cross players that are in the ball game to show that they understand and that they want to get more minutes by, you know, certainly producing.
The edge is 22. Holy Cross dominating throughout here. And are going to come away likely with a very impressive win. Loyola goes to American later next week for their next contest. And 2:07 away. So Holy Cross trying to get their first Patriot League win. Ahead to Nicole Morris, and she's going to finish the break.
Great job keeping their eyes up the court. Outstanding as Loyola tries to run their doubles in that full court pressure, and Holy Cross identified the streaking player for the lay-in.
Rebets White for 3, and she hits it. Bets White has 11. She was taking those extra shots long before game time today. Only player on the floor for Loyola. 90 minutes before the game. Maggie Locke, baseline jumper off the mark. Rebound, Terrien.
Again, good movement by Holy Cross. Nice job breaking the pressure of the Greyhounds. Holy Cross playing man-to-man, just trying to keep their man in front of them. Contain pressure.
Loyola just looking for good possession here. It looks like they're in no rush, taking it down. And there is Gray going up for 2.
Boy, I'll tell you, Alexis Gray, the 5'6" junior, is just doing a nice job. She's very quick and she shoots it exceptionally well.
Under a minute to play. Faulkner inside to Nixon. Miranda Nixon, strong move off the mark. Rebound Vanoy.
Just couldn't get it. The entire Holy Cross bench was cheering.
There's a foul from Faulkner. Terrian's going to go back to the line. I mean, Miranda Nixon, she takes care of the team. They love her. She's a leader on this team. Played some big minutes a year ago, and hasn't played as many minutes this year, but a big contributor off the court for the Holy Cross women's basketball team.
6'3" senior. You know, they're a very close-knit group of young ladies, and they support each other tremendously, both on and off the court.
Terrian makes the second. Lead is down to 18.
Nice touch by Terrian.
35 seconds left.
Spacing, spacing, spacing. Holy Cross doing a great job with that right now.
Petey wanted to hoist that 3. She knew the situation, though. Smart play. 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Backdoor cut, travel.
And they'll turn it over. 12 seconds to play on what will be a very important Holy Cross win. Coach Gibbons, again, hesitated to say must win, but he thinks and knows that this was a must win.
We didn't
We didn't hesitate. Coaches wanted to hesitate, but this was a must win for Holy Cross, and they come through with a big one. We're going to get one more touch here with 0.3 seconds left. And Holy Cross is going to come away with an impressive victory. That will not count. 78-60, a big margin. The score closer than this game was. Holy Cross played great all the way through, it seemed, Kevin.
Well, you know what? I think they had a great scouting report. They had a great game plan. They stuck to it. They knew what to expect. They executed. They shot the ball very well to start the game. And you know, Andy, momentum is really, really important. And they established momentum really early in the ball game and then carried it through. They spread the floor on offense. They rebounded on defense. They were just outstanding today.
Big win for Bill Gibbons' Crusaders. They go to 1-3 in Patriot League play. At 3 o'clock, we've got the men's game. Lafayette and Holy Cross. We are live on Charter TV 3 at 3. So come on back. Get a snack, head to the refrigerator, and come on back. Kevin and I are back here at 3 for men's basketball. The women, winners. Can the men pull off the sweep at 3? We'll see. We'll see you then.